Happy Saturday, everyone. If you can see the sky, and looks like it's going to be spitting up a storm again. Oh, we don't need any more of that. Well, I wanted to show you something really quick out in the coop before it does start to storm. I went out and did my chores this morning, and if you remember in my vlog that I just posted a couple of days ago, I talked about how I was really be glad when I was able to put my young ducks in with my older ducks. Well, I went out this morning to do my chores, and lo and behold, the two Khaki Campbell drakes were in the separate pen with my ducklings, with Barbosa, Elizabeth, and Miki. And I'm like, how in the world did you guys get in here? And I still to this day don't have any clue how they got in there. It would have been neat to have a hidden camera to see how they managed it. But I figured, you know what, that was what I was concerned about, was the drakes getting to them. They've already been in there with them, so I went ahead and opened up the gate. So I'm going to go out and see how they're doing, see if everybody's settled down, because it takes a while for them to get their pecking order out of the way. So come with me as I go check on them and see how they're doing. You can see the gray skies, and every now and then the wind really picks up and blows the trees. You can see them blowing over there. I sure hope we don't get any bad storms. I'm so tired of it. So let's go out and see what we can see out here. It looks like they have come out of this part. See, they were in this part here, and they wouldn't even come out. But it looks like they're out now. They're sticking together. And the four khakis are out there in that part. I don't know where my other two pecans are. I think they're in the nest box laying eggs. So, yeah, it looks like everything's okay. I always worry so much about stuff that I think I don't really need to worry about, but I just do. I'm a worrywart. That's why I have irritable bowel syndrome. Alright, I wanted to show you guys one other thing. So this is a mulberry tree, and you can see it is bent all the way down and it's touching the ground. I don't know if the camera's picking that up very well, but we had so much rain, and this tree tended to lean a little bit anyway, but we had so much rain at the beginning of the week, and for some reason these mulberry trees, they just keep sucking the water up and sucking the water up and sucking the water up, and until the branches are so full of water that it could not hold its own weight. So now it's touching the ground. Now my husband told me not to walk under there in case it breaks, but I would be really curious to see if the trunk is actually split. But I'm not going to walk under there because you can get killed by a tree falling on you. So I don't know. I don't think this will lean itself back up. Honestly, I don't think it will. Even if we get, stop getting so much rain. So this is going to have to come down, this tree. Which he was planning on taking it down anyway, because it's just kind of a trash tree. And this is the spot where we were planning on putting a pig someday. Putting a pig fence in, and having a pig in this area. So anyway, I just thought I'd share that with you guys. Never seen a tree do this, ever. It's very strange. In the nearest town from us, it's probably about 5 miles away. It's like you can't hardly classify it as a town because it's so small. Gas station, grocery store, funeral home, church, of course, like 3 bars. That's so funny. It's a tiny little drive-through town, and there's 3 places to buy alcohol. But anyway, we've finally hit the big leagues, and a Dollar General store came in. They started construction on it at the beginning of the summer, and I didn't have a clue what was coming in there. It's like every time we drive through, we're like, well, what's happening next? And finally found out it was a Dollar General store. Well, they had their grand opening last week, and I didn't go last week because grand openings, there's just a zillion people, and I didn't have any money, and so it's like, I'll just wait. So anyway, we had a coupon. We got a coupon that was only good for today. So I thought, well, would be a good day to go check the store out and use the coupon. So I'm going to show you what I bought. And I have to say, it's the best Dollar General store I have ever been in. And I don't know if it's because it's just brand new or what, but it's huge. And I couldn't believe all the stuff that was in it. So anyway, so we'll do a real quick Dollar General haul here. And I'll just take stuff out of the bag as I get it. Okay, the first thing I got was this 3-ring binder, and it's like a turquoise blue-green color, and it's for my daughter. It's got the little pockets inside. She needed a 3-ring binder for one of her classes at Co-op this year, so I got her that, and this color is one of her favorite colors. And she was with me. My daughter was with me, and so I was probably, well, I know I bought some things that I wouldn't ordinarily have bought if she wasn't with me. But she saw this little angel. I don't know if you can see it very well. It's like a little crystal angel, and it says, "Bless our home," on the back. And she's like, "Mom, I really want that." So I got it for her. It's really cute. And then she told me that she needed some more shampoo and conditioner, so I got her. These were like in this one aisle, well, it was called Dollar Value aisle or something like that. So everything in this aisle was $1. She got 2 different things. She got a VO5 shampoo and then Salon Selectives conditioner. She didn't want to buy matching for whatever reason. Who can tell what a teenager, why teenagers do anything. And then they had these hand soaps, which they needed another hand soap in their bathroom. They were all out, and our refill bottle was all out, and so I'm not going grocery shopping for another week almost, and so they needed soap. And I saw this. I thought, oh, that is so pretty. That would look nice in your bathroom. And of course, my daughter pipes up and said, "This little thing here won't last very long with Travis's sloppy hands," or however she said it. She's kind of picks on her brother a bit. So I thought, well, this is so pretty. I went ahead and got it. I'll probably put it out in the kitchen or in my bathroom. Although I use Bath and Body Works stuff in my bathroom, so I'll probably put it in the kitchen. And so then I let her pick out what she wanted for their bathroom. And she had some, this is called Paris, and she got some stuff by the same name from Bath and Body Works a couple years ago. I got her some for Christmas, and so I opened it and I had her smell, and I was like, "Does that smell like the same stuff you got from Bath and Body Works?" And she's like, "Yeah, it does." So she got that, and she's like, "Well, Travis isn't going to like it because of the scent. I guess it's too girly." So I went ahead and got this one, this cucumber mint, and they can each have their own hand soap in their bathroom. And then they had all their fall decorations out, and they didn't have a giant section. I mean, like, they had a pretty huge section for Halloween, but we don't really celebrate Halloween. But they had a small section of, like, Thanksgiving, harvest, fall stuff. And they had these cute little pictures that kind of in a picture frame. It's got a glass for $1 each, and I thought this would look really cute on the shelf in my kitchen. This one says, "Plant smiles, grow laughter, harvest love." I just thought that was really cute. And then I got this one. It just says all the different things about fall. Thanksgiving, pumpkin pie, falling leaves, hot apple cider, hay rides, family, and the autumn season. And I just really thought that was pretty for $1. And then, let's see, what else did I get here? Oh, I got some of these for the kids for Co-op for their lunches. We used to, for the last 2 or 3 years after Co-op, we'd meet with another family at Arby's, and we'd have lunch together. Well, the son that's around the same age as my son, they're really good friends. They're like best friends, and that was the main reason why we would go to Arby's, is so that the kids would have a chance to hang out. And I'm really, really good friends with his mom, so, you know, for the moms to hang out and the kids to hang out. Well, he ended up graduating a year early, which sometimes that happens with homeschool families, and was really disappointed. My son was really disappointed because now he doesn't have his best buddy to hang out with. So that kind of defeated the purpose of us going to Arby's anymore. And so the co-op, and in the meantime, the co-op started something new. This will be the first year that they're going to do it. So they're going to have a picnic lunch after every co-op for whoever wants to stay. It's not mandatory, but if you want to stay and hang out, then you pack your lunch and you bring it, and they have the gym opened up, and you can hang out in the gym, and the adults can chat and the kids can chat, and so that way the kids can still socialize with their friends, because not all of their friends went to Arby's, just us, a couple of us families went. So anyway, I told the kids, because we're not going to be doing Arby's anymore, that I would buy some special treats for their picnic lunches. And so I got these cookies to go in. And if you remember on my Costco haul, I got them that big box of chips. Now I am planning on putting some healthy snacks in there too, but you know, we don't buy this stuff at all, and so I told them, you know, and this will last. They're only going to take them for co-op, nothing else. They're not going to snack on them any other time. And then I got this just simply because I'm intrigued by it. I've never seen this before in my life. It's called Crystal Pepsi. Bought one bottle and we'll stick it in the refrigerator, and when it's cold we'll try it. Everybody in the family will taste it. Now this is the really fun stuff that I got for me. All of my hot pads are falling apart. And every time I try to pull anything out of the oven, I burn myself because they're either thin or they're just falling apart. And I told my husband, I said, for Christmas I want you to get me a bunch of new hot pads. Well, I can't really wait that long, so they had these really cute ones in the fall section. So I got this one. And then I got this one. It says, Harvest Your Blessings and Gather Love. So I got those. And then I am a sucker for fall. When I get my house all decorated for fall, I'll give you another house tour. And then when I decorate for Christmas, that's even worse, and I'll do another house tour. I'm crazy. But I've been gathering this stuff ever since I was a kid. I started collecting stuff for fall and for Christmas because I love fall and I love Christmas. So, yeah, I kind of look like a craft shop in the Christmas season. But anyway, they had these placemats, and I don't know if I can get it all in there. And I don't know if the camera's going to do it justice, because they're glittery, they're sparkly. I don't know if you can see that. But I got 4 placemats for our table. I just think they're gorgeous. It'll just be a few more weeks before I start putting the fall stuff up. I usually do sometime in September. I'll start putting my fall stuff up. And then the last thing I got, and I got 2 of them, was this glass jar. I don't know what to call these. It's not a mason jar, but it's a clippy lid. It's got the clippy lid, the rubber seal, and the glass. And they've got, if you can see, a chicken or a rooster on there. And this one's got a red lid, and then I got another one that has a green lid. I like to store things like my baking products and anything in my kitchen. I like to store it in glass. I'd rather store it in glass than in plastic, and I just love these. And I'm planning on making some homemade pancake mix. Basically, all you have to do is scoop the dry, the pancake mix out and add milk to it and mix it up, and you can throw together pancakes really quick. I thought that would be something that would be really cool for my kids to do if they wanted a hot breakfast or whatever, and really easy for them. And so I needed a jar to put it in when I mix it up, and so I got this. And I don't know, I may end up using both jars for pancake mix. I don't know how much the recipe will make, or what I'm going to do, but I'm going to be using these in my kitchen. Okay, that was everything I got at the Dollar General store today. This afternoon, it's already past 1 o'clock, so I need to get myself going here. I'm planning on working on stuff for co-op. I'm going to be putting together the pocketbooks that the kids in my Westward Expansion class will be using this year, and when I get those all put together, I will show you what it looks like. So I'll be back. Okay, so this is the pocketbook that I'm talking about when I say pocketbook, because each page has a pocket for the kids to put their stuff in. And stay tuned and I will show you how I put this together coming up next. And I have 10 of these to make because I have 10 students in my Westward Expansion class this year. I'm going to show you how to make those pocketbooks for my class that I just showed you, the finished one. What you do is you take a piece of construction paper, and it's the long construction paper, the one that's 18 inches by 12 inches, and then you fold up 6 inches of it, and then that will become the pocket. Okay? So then what you do is you take your 3-hole punch. You have to have a 3-hole punch for this, and you punch holes. You line it up and you punch it so that there's 3 holes. And then I've done these pocketbooks for years, and so I've found some tricks and tips to make them a little bit better. And one of the problems that we had the first year that I had these was that with the kids, because of use, the holes would get ripped out. You know, because construction paper is pretty flimsy. So what I decided to do was to take cardstock. Now normally I just use white cardstock, but I didn't have very much white cardstock on hand, and I really want to get these pocketbooks done today. So I just used what I had, and the kids won't care. But you take a piece of cardstock, and this would be the 12, well, what are they, 8 by 12 normal size sheets, and you cut them into 2-inch strips. And then you hole punch that as well. Okay, so then what you do is you open up the flap, and then you take your glue, just a glue stick, and you put generous amount of glue onto the piece of cardstock, the strip of cardstock. Okay, and then what you do is you line up the holes to match. You line up the holes to the page and the cardstock strip. And you push it down. Then you fold the flap back up, and then all 3 holes should match pretty decently on this. Okay, so then in order to complete the pocket, you have to staple along the edge. So I staple on this edge, I staple through both thicknesses of construction paper and the cardstock. And I usually put 4 or 5 staples along there. Then you have to turn it around and you have to staple the other side in the same manner. And then that's 1 page completed pocket for the pocketbook. Now the cover is done in the same manner as the pockets, except for instead of folding up 6 inches, you cut 6 inches off, and then you just put the reinforcement on the inside of the cover. Now the particular pocketbook that we're doing this year, it's called Westward Expansion or Moving West, has 10 different pockets, and in each pocket the kids will do crafts for that particular subject. Like we'll be talking about the Lewis and Clark expedition, missionaries to the Indians of the Westward Plains, gold mining, the Transcontinental Railroad, and each one of those subjects will have its own pocket. Now what I use to bind these together are little mini zip ties. Now I've tried just about anything you can think of to tie these together. The directions on these pocketbooks say to use yarn or twine. Well, if you use yarn or twine, then it's too tight and the kids can't turn the pages very easily. So the first year I used the yarn and twine, didn't really work. The second year I used those metal ring clip things, I can't remember what they're called, binder clips, and those worked okay, except for the fact that it was pretty expensive because you needed 3 for each pocketbook, and like I've got 10 kids in my class this year, so I would need 30 of them, so that, you know, kind of stacks up in cost. So last year or 2 years ago I started using these little bitty zip ties, and they work perfect. They're inexpensive, and they just and you can make them loose enough so that the kids can turn the pages. So you just put them through the hole like any zip tie and tighten it down, and since these are pretty small you don't have to tighten it down much. Now the only thing I found with these that I had to do was I had to tell the kids the very first day, do not tighten your zip tie, because the year before that I had one little boy who every co-op, when I brought his pocketbook home to grade his work, the zip ties were completely zipped down as tight as they possibly could go, and I had to clip them with scissors and put new zip ties in there. So finally, after the second or third time of that happening, I pulled him aside and said, don't pull the zip tie tight. And so then I just make that warning then every year now with my kids. So there they are with the zip ties on, and they can easily open their pages to where they need to open them. Now I will go ahead and put the cover picture on and get the first pocket ready for class, and when I get that done I'll be back. So here I glued the cover picture on, and I got the whole curriculum or whole set of this off of a website, and you had to buy it, but then you can use it over and over again. And I will put the link to where I got this in the description box below for whoever might be interested. I mean, you don't have to be a homeschooling parent to do this. You could just get something that your child is interested in and do it on Saturdays or in the evenings when you don't have anything else to do, because they're just really fun and very informative, and they have a bunch of different topics. I think if I remember right, most of the topics are history related, but I'm not 100% sure about that because I was just interested in the history when I looked into it, so that's what sticks out in my mind. So anyway, you glue that on the front cover, and then the kids can put their name down at the bottom and then color it how they want. And then on the inside, this is the first pocket. This is what we will be studying, our first co-op. It's the Introduction to Moving West, and it comes with fast facts sheet, a fast facts sheet, and a sheet with all the information about the Moving West, and then I went ahead and put together a recommended reading list of different books that are in the age range of the kids that I'm teaching for them to study. And then of course we'll be doing other activities in class, and they will put them in this pocket, and have it all organized in one spot. And then the next time we have co-op, we'll turn it and we'll have a second pocket with a different topic on it. So that is the pocketbooks that I'm working on for my kids. Okay, it's about 7:30 p.m. and I'm getting ready to go out and put my ducks to bed and give all my animals a snack. And let me turn the camera around and I'll show you what I'm giving them for a snack today. This is some of that kale that I got at Costco yesterday. I gave them half the bag yesterday, and I'm going to give them the rest today. And this is an overripe cantaloupe that came from my dad's garden. I'm going to cut that up for them and take that out to them for a snack. So I'll get that done, and then I'll take you with me. So we'll be right back. They know it's time for bed. You can hear them quacking, but they're also quacking because Olivia's in there. It's her job to gather eggs, and she forgot to do it earlier today, so she's doing it now. Now this is going to be kind of interesting because this is the first time I've tried to put my duckies to bed with the babies out, so we'll see how this goes. I may have to put you down. I don't know. We'll just see. This might be interesting. Come on, baby babies! Come on! Goodness, you're loud. Well, it looks like 2 of my ducks are not going to come in. That's Elizabeth. Hi, Elizabeth. That's Miki and Barbosa out there. So I'm going to have to shut the camera off and shoo them in here somehow. So I'll be back. Well, I got them in, but they're not very happy about it. Miki's over there pitching a fit, but they'll settle down. They'll settle down. It's all right, babies. It's all right. The other duckies are over here. They're doing fine. Alright, I gotta give my chickens some snacks now. I can probably do that with one hand. Here, Olivia, why don't you film this? Giving these guys their snacks. Hey, babies! I'll go around and give the other chickies some snacks. You can just follow me. I hope those ducks... Hi, ladies. You ate all out of your food today. You being little piggies, or are the wild birds coming in and getting your stuff? Huh? Is that what's happening? So make sure and leave a handful of this for Virginia. Here you go, babes. What are you doing? Look at that girl digging holes. You naughty thing.
Break your ankle in that.
Goodness. Daddy, what are you doing? You're this. Hi, Jinjin. Hi, Jinjin. Some yummy for you. You're all out of food again. And I'll get you some more in the morning. Here you go. I don't know what the chickens have been eating a lot more food lately. I don't know what's going on with that. Okay, my daughter was acting as cameraman there at the end to help me out, so that was nice. So anyway, I think I'm going to close the vlog out here now, and I will upload this tomorrow night so you guys will get to see it on Monday. So thanks a lot for watching, and we'll talk to you later. Bye, friends.